Hello everybody and welcome to another Train Sim World news video. We're starting off with May Madness sale on Steam, and then we'll go on to the Train Sim World 5 roadmap. So the May Madness sale came out 5 hours ago. So between the 6th and the 13th of May, we've got the May Madness sale on Steam. Always have to do it. I always put on these sales when I haven't got the money. It's really annoying. You know, why can't they do it when, around payday? When it's like the end of the month or just at the start of the month, like the 1st or 2nd, not the 6th to 13th when most people have already spent their money on bills and everything. So it's quite really annoying. But let's see what they got on offer. We've got 40% off the MPTA Boston route. Frankfurt Folder is 70% off. And Peak Forest Railway is 50% off. The West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle route from Just Trains is 10% off. The Cardiff City Network is 20% off. And the Swale to Groyong is 10% off. Sorry if I mispronounced that. 50% off the Antelope Valley Line as well. And 20% off both the Thomas and Friends Visit the West Somerset Railway add-on and Train Sim World 5 Thomas and Friends Edition. We've also got 80% off Sherman Hill, 80% off Birmingham Cross City. It's a favourite route of mine, that is. You just need more stock at Birmingham. And 8% off the Cologne to Acton route, which I would love to visit that in real life. They got some real nice cathedrals in Cologne. And a YouTuber I watch, Steve Marsh, he was recently at Cologne station and then travelled to Acton, and Acton looks amazing. I'd love to do that one day, just travel between Cologne and Acton on a ice train, ice meaning intercity express. It's quite funny because they got tilting trains as well, and they're just called Ice T. Obviously standing for intercity express tilting, but it's, can you imagine just going, I'm just getting the iced tea train. Yeah, but it's a good time to get that actually, because they've just had their timetable update. So depending on what other German routes you got, the update makes it a lot more busier, and can get up with all content featured, can get up to 4,000 playable services, as well as quite a few AI services coming through as well. So the more German routes you got, the better it is for that route. And it's 80% off now, so good time to get it. They've got a complete my collection Cologne to Acton timetable bundle. I've got, which ones do I need? So I need that one, which is 50% off at the moment. Braunstruck Bremen Oldenburg route add-on. I also need this one as well, Hypenstruck Hamburg to Lübeck, which is 65% off at the moment, so £8.74. I need the Multibahn Huschenberg Mittenberg route, which is 60% off at £9.99. I also need the Main Spassetbahn Haschenberg to Gmunden, which is 60% off at £7.99. All on my wish list, as you can see. Actually, I need to add that to my wish list. It's not one that I was interested in doing, but if it fills out the timetable on the Cologne route, then I want it. I said that one, didn't I? So we've got two stations that start at Huschenberg. Got two routes for that. So I think that's a more modern one. No, they're both modern ones actually. Huh. So you've probably got the route hopping between them two. I need this one as well, 60% off at £7.99 at the moment. Train Sim World 5 Ruhr-Sieg Nord, Hagen to Frenentorp. I do apologise for botching all the names here. Another one at 50% off at £14.99 is Bahnstrack Salzburg to Reisenheim. Then I need the Kessel to Wolfsburg. I need the, which is £8.99 at 70% off at the moment. 65% off is Train Sim World Flix Train BR193 Vectron. Train Sim World DB BR101 local add-on, which is 50% off at $5.99, and the DB Train Sim World 5 DB BR218 diesel logo add-on as well. I also need, which is 10% off at $13.49. If you get it all together, interval to the price of 10 items you don't already have. Oh, so I've got 10 items which would normally cost around $97.70. With 15% off with the bundle discount, I would get it for £83.04, and I'd be saving £14.66. Yeah, I wouldn't even have that money if I wasn't strapped for cash. Train Sim World 5 is actually 75% off at the moment as well. It's £9.99 at the moment. So good time to get upgrade to Train Sim World 5 if you haven't yet. I need to get back. So we've already said those German routes, haven't we? We've also got 50% off the Midland Main Line, or as I like to call it, the Midland Triangle, which is Leicester, Derby and Nottingham, with the class 158 and HST class 43 in East Midland Trains, not East Midland Railway, but East Midland Trains. So that's 50% off. They need to extend that. I can't see them going from Leicester down to London unless they do it as a separate route with a route hopping feature at Leicester, which will be good since they've got St Pancras in the game anyway. Also, but if they want to as a route extension, they can do it up to Sheffield and possibly add the Matlock branch in as well. We've got IFTV schedule here. So you've got the TSW roadmap, Cardiff City Network, Brighton Main Line from the British Ace. So you've got people showing off different things from like the Train Sim community that are what you calls it. I forget what you call them now. Ambassadors, Train Sim World Ambassadors. They're the ones that get the routes and DLCs for free because they're ambassadors. I'd love to be an ambassador, but unfortunately I speak my mind and call out Train Sim World on when they mess up, which is quite often. So I doubt I'll ever be an ambassador for them. I'd like to be, but I don't think they would let me. Yeah, so actually they're giving the roadmap. At time of recording, that's coming out in 10 minutes, their roadmap video. I would say check out Richie Rao, who's doing the Cardiff City Network on May 7th at 7 o'clock. British Ace, or the British Ace, on the Brighton Main Line on May 8th at 7 o'clock. They're the only two I know. I've seen Train Simulator Driver and Jimmy Delhi here and there, but I don't know too much about their work. But the British Ace is brilliant. I'd recommend seeing his videos. And Richie Rao as well is also good. YouTuber as well on Train Sim, so I'd recommend seeing his stuff as well. But let's go to the main meat of this news video, and that is the Train Sim World 5 roadmap, which came out 3 hours ago. So what have we got? Approaching, coming soon in the next 0 to 3 months, we've got the Frankfurt S-Bahn S1, S8 and S9 route. That's one I'm looking forward to. We got the BR194 and E94 rail tour pack by TSG. We got Just Trains' Class 86/2. We got Just Trains Transport for Wales Class 142 Pacer, which I'm looking forward to. We got the Manchester Airport Commuter from Alan Thompson Simulations. The route I'm looking forward to. I think we've been waiting actually since Train Sim World 2 for them to bring that out. And the fact that it's coming out in the next 0 to 3 months is great. We got a new UK gameplay pack coming out, which will probably be just like another Class 66. Skyhook Games Cargo Line Volume 4 Military and Core Performance Optimizations Update. Further down the tracks, release date to be confirmed. All Aboard Studios are doing an unannounced UK route. Brilliant. Hopefully, it will either be Margate to Ashford and Dover. I think that would be a brilliant to add on. And then you can route hop onto the high-speed HS1 line at Ashford. Because you can go from Margate to Ashford International via Canterbury West or via Dover. So that would be good if they can do that. Or the other route that I'm hoping it could be is the again, it involves Ashford International. It's Ashford International to Eastbourne. That would be brilliant because then it can route hop onto the Eastbourne to Brighton route. Another route I'd love it to be would be Derby to Stoke or Derby to Birmingham. And I think there's kind of like a circle route on Birmingham as well, which would be cool to have, which you can then route hop with the Birmingham cross city route. We've got a DBBR 420 from TSG as well, the Tatami line from Union Workshop, and the Santa Fe gameplay pack from High Iron Simulations. We've got improvements as well. We've got Great Western Express Remaster, still waiting for that to come out. The North London line Richmond extension, hopefully there'll be a Clapham Junction extension after that as well. And the Colon to Acton timetable update for consoles and Epic Games. It's already out on PC for PC users, but it's not out yet for consoles or Epic Games. In my own personal opinion, they should just drop consoles and just it'll be so much better without the limitations of consoles. So we've got content up ahead, we've got third party partners, patches and updates. So Train Sim World 5 April patches and Train Sim World 5 upcoming updates. Something about TSW Tycoon, I don't know if that. And just to cover the change from previous graphic. Oh, that's what's up the top there. But removed Cargo Line Volume 3 Intermodal released. Removed ECML Diesel Rail Tour Pack, which has been released. So, the Train Sim World Roadmap. Welcome back to the roadmap for Train Sim World 5, where we share insights into our progress on new content, updates and future announcements for development from our teams and our range of third-party partner developers. If you're joining us for the first time, this is our monthly check-in that will continue the conversation between our teams and all our community, sharing brand new announcements, updates and sneak peeks on our content in development, as well as new ways for you to get involved with mystery walls and upcoming events. In this month's update, we'll be sharing more screenshots on Frankfurt S-Bahn, and our third-party development teams are stepping in for a range of updates and developer insights across all our upcoming content. Expect more from the TSG team, Skyhook Games' latest on Cargo Line Volume 4. Alan Thompson Simulation are back to provide an update on the Manchester Airport community route. Just Trains will share further progress details for their 2 local add-ons, and enjoy a huge range of screenshots from Iron Simulations team from their Santa Fe gameplay pack coming to Kayong Pass. We'll also welcome a brand new developer to the scene, Grump Dog Games. Be sure to also read on for the upcoming updates on Train Sim World and news across the community, including new monthly mystery and major updates to TSW Tycoon. So let's get into it. Content up ahead. So new screenshots for Frankfurt S-Bahn, S1, S8 and S9. We're getting closer to the release of Frankfurt S-Bahn, our next add-on to TSW, representing the S1, S8 and S9 lines of the S-Bahn Rhine-Main network and covering over 80 km and a total of 26 stations between Frankfurt AM Main HBF, including the underground TF platforms to Wiesbaden HBF. So looking forward to that. That's going to be quite cool. I think we've got Frankfurt in the game already, but just not the S-Bahn section where you go under on the underground and that. So that's going to be quite cool to see that. I think there's part of one of the S lines, but don't quote me. You'll be able to explore a huge range of gameplay and the chance to traverse over the original airport approach, which no longer exists. The S1 line will head directly west out of Frankfurt, calling at suburban locations in the outskirts of the city and running north of the main river. S8 and S9 lines head south to serve Frankfurt Airport's regional station before stopping at all stations on the Mainbahn south of the Main. The Frankfurt Airport long distance station will also open up new types of gameplay, being able to drive ICE 3, ICE 1, ICE T, IC and S-Bahn services. Brilliant. As a reminder for the rolling stock included, there will be the new DB BR 430 operating the bulk of the traffic on the S1, S8 and S9 lines. Updated DB BR 423 with physics upgrades and new interior to represent the S-Bahn Rhine-Main variant, including DB BR 143 and Desto combination, which runs RB services out of Wiesbaden. All other services which call at Bahnhof will be additional layers. So you can see the map there. So the blue dots represent the S1, the green dots represent the S8, the purple dots represent the S9, and the red dots represent ICE. Full-length ICE services require a Frankfurt folder for the DB-BR 411 ICE T. So you see they all start at one end and they all run to the other end. So the ICE actually only stops at 4 stations. So it starts at Frankfurt, then goes to Frankfurt Bahnhof, then on to Mainz, and then on to Wiesbaden. So that's quite cool. So we should be able to Frankfurt. We should be able to route hop between the two Frankfurt stations, which is cool. They should do one where another YouTuber was talking about, which is actually a good idea. Instead of having to get out the train and then route hop, you should be able to have an option to stay in the same train, so you're on the same service at the same point in time and the same weather. So then you could just, after the loading screen, you can just then carry on your route. That would be actually quite cool. As you can see, the S1 goes up north on its journey over to Wiesbaden. It actually joins up with the S9 at Mainz Kestel, and then all 3 lines join up at Wiesbaden OST, and the S8 and the S9 split at Bischofsheim. Again, I apologise for pronouncing that wrong. So it's quite a mix. No matter which way you go, you're integrating with different routes and different trains, so you'll see quite a lot. So I can't see it ever being boring. As you can see, the S9 pulls away and goes to Bahnhof, while the S8 and the ICE goes to the S8 and the S9, the S8 and the ICE go to Frankfurt Farbonov, while the S9 goes to Frankfurt Region-Bonhof. Hopefully there's a walkthrough where you can walk between both stations. That'd be cool. Then both the S8 and S9 go away and go up to Kaisenpark, while the ice then continues on its own. It'll either go towards down the southern route down towards Mainz, and I'm sure there's a service that goes off to the right there. As you can see, there's a line that goes off to the right on its own. I'm sure there's services that go off that way as well. But yeah, looking forward to that. That looks like quite a good route. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get on day one release. We'll be sharing a Frankfurt S-Bahn deep dive article very soon, where we'll cover all the specific timetable layering details. But just as a teaser, get ready for the gameplay packed experience, as the full timetable is coming in at 1,000 plus playable surfaces included. Whilst you wait, enjoy the latest section of new Frankfurt S-Bahn screenshots. So looking good. Oh, I like that castle. That is nice. You got an ice one there. So yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on that. That just looks really, really good. Although screenshots do normally look better than the actual gameplay itself, but fingers crossed it does actually look this good. And I can't wait to get it one day. I don't think I'll be able to get into about September, October time, unfortunately. Third-party partners. Cargo Line Volume 4 Military from Skyhook Games. Following the release of the Cargo Line Volume 3 Intermodal Pack last week, Skyhook Games are getting ready to share their next volume, Cargo Line Volume 4 Military, as you can see here. Get ready to try out the new KWA Warwell wagon in heavily weathered military green livery, consisting of a main deck and featuring a lower central portion and mounted on two wheeled bogies. Conventional draw gear and buffers are located at each end. Additionally, you also get the Class 66 diesel locomotive in a DB red and grey livery. Yay, another 66. Another shed. Just what we always wanted, more sheds. You'll find the wagon is available in three conditions: unloaded, emptied, loaded with generic tracked armed personnel carrier APC, or loaded with a 3-axle mine resistant ambush protected vehicle MRAP. Additionally, in this pack will be the Journey mode gameplay, 3 new scenarios and additional timetable services for the Great Western Express and the West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle routes. It's not one I'm bothered about. I've still not got the Cargo Line Volume 3 yet. It's low, like I said, it's just another Class 66 pulling it. It's very low on my radar to get. I'll probably get it in a sale, just like I will Cargo Line Volume 3. It's something I'll get in a sale when it's heavily discounted. We've got the BR194 and the E94 Rail Tour pack from TSG. We're checking back in with the TSG team this month for more information on the upcoming BR194 and E94 Rail Tour pack that we announced back in April. So this is TSG saying this. This week we'd like to take a closer look at the differences between the OBB 1020 and the BR194. While we won't be revisiting the cab details, we do want to highlight some of the key changes on the locomotive exterior. We've already outlined the modifications, but this time we wanted to make them more visually apparent. In the image, every part highlighted in pink was built entirely from scratch for the BR194. This really emphasises the extent of the changes from the OBB 1020, not just the roof and windows, but also components like cooling pipes, vents and lights. So you can see all these pink bits they built from scratch. A lot of hard work's probably gone into that. It's not something that I'm interested in personally, but it's a good add-on for the people that like it. I'm sure it'll go on some of the the classic German routes, like set in the past, probably the 80s and the 90s, and probably do rail tours in the up-to-date routes, maybe, I don't know. The project would not have been possible without the invaluable support of the Elektriks Schugvordrung Witteringberg. I do apologise for totally screwing that up. From the very beginning, their passionate team have provided us with original drawings and answered every technical question we had. Groups like EZW are the reason these 82-year-old locomotives are still alive and running today. Without their help, we wouldn't have been able to capture the authentic sounds or gather the detailed information necessary to recreate these locomotives so faithfully. Our highlight of this pack is E94088, which is featured in its current state, a former 1020 undergoing a transformation back to its 1943 E94 configuration. Originally built in 1943, it received major modifications in 1970 to become an OBB 1020 and continued service until 1994. After an extensive restoration, it was brought back to operational condition in 2013 and is now proudly maintained by EZW. Today it still runs on both rail tours and regular services whenever an additional locomotive is needed. That's quite cool. As a thank you from the TSG team, a portion of their proceeds from this pack will go directly to EZW to support their continued efforts in preserving this incredible piece of railway history. That's really nice. That's really good of TSG. Please note that the BR194 and E94 Rail Tour pack from TSG add-on will be released on Gen 9, Xbox Series SX and PS5 and PC platforms only. So it will not be on Epic Games or PlayStation 4 or the Xbox previous, whatever the Xbox was previous to the S and X. Cool. Again, it's not something that I personally want. I might get it so it can be used as a layer on other German routes. But again, it's something that I'll probably get when it's discounted. They've also got the DBR 420 update from TSG. The TSG team also wanted to continue the conversation for the upcoming DBR 420 loco release, which will support gameplay on the upcoming Frankfurt S-Bahn route. Cool. So it's something I'll probably get at some point. So this is from TSG. The driver's seat is a door blocker, and we managed to get that working in our loco. So if the seat is in its normal position, you can't really open the cab door, and this is visually recreated too, as it would be impossible to enter the cab from there in real life too. The seat is movable, and when slided to the left side, the cab door can be reopened. So it's going to be quite hard jumping out the train when you spot a collectible. Another feature we've worked on is working folding seats for AI passengers and players, of course. If an AI passenger takes a seat, the seat unfolds automatically, and likewise when standing up, the seat will fold again. That is brilliant. That is something I've wanted to see in Train Sim World for ages. Hopefully this can be implemented on other trains as well, because there are other trains both in Germany and in the UK where you've got folding seats like this, and it would be great to actually see them used. Finally, we've also made some tiny visual changes to the Frankfurt S-Bahn version of the cab, so that the speaker panel uses an older variant now. We'll continue to hear more from the TSG team and their projects in the coming months. However, now it's time to hear more on a project we've not seen in a while. That's the Manchester Airport commuter from Alan Thompson's Simulation. This is one that we've been waiting ages and ages and ages and ages and ages and ages for. We previously removed this from our roadmap graphic while the team worked hard to support bug fixes and performance optimizations, and today we're excited to pull this project back into the 0 to 3 months category as something you can expect coming very soon from Alan Thompson's Simulation team. Let's hear the recent development news from them now. So this from ATS. The Manchester Airport Commuter project is progressing well through Q&A. Timetables and layers are complete, and we're resolving the remaining bugs at a healthy pace. We have seen massive improvements in FPS that's frame rates per second, and are now finishing up the final station and OLE fixes. We're eagerly anticipating the public release, and since this is our first project in TSW, we're committed to making it as exceptional as possible. So nice screenshots there. Oh, look at that. We're going to have the Class 150 at Manchester. That is cool. As well as the 390s. I don't get why they can't add these to the Manchester Gossip line as well. You know, add it in there. Don't know why they can't do that. We greatly appreciate the community feedback so far, with many of the points raised already actioned in the latest build. The ATS team would like to sincerely thank the community for their patience as we navigate a steep learning curve. We're immensely proud of our first route and can't wait for the public to get their hands on it. It is one that I am extremely looking forward to see. Thank you to the ATS team for the update. We look forward to sharing more on this add-on when we're able to. Please note that the Manchester Airport Community add-on will be released on Gen 9 as Xbox Series SX and PS5 and PC platforms only. I just hope the price is going to be decent, because yet again ATS has released a train for TS Classic and it's nearly £40, and you don't even get a discount if you got the first pack of the same train. So I'm expecting this route to be about 60 or 70 quid, since it's a route with a, you know, but hopefully DDG says nope, we'll have it at the normal higher base rate price that we've got at the moment. But this is one I'm looking forward to. Hopefully I can get it on a day one release. Can't wait to get my hands on it, looking forward to it and driving it and playing it and enjoying this route. I do like the 323s. They're such a joy to drive in Train Sim World, both on the Birmingham Cross City route and the Manchester Gossip line. So now let's have a look at what Just Trains is doing. The Class 86 plus MK2F coaches from Just Trains. So this is from Just Train. This is Just Trains speaking. We've been very busy working on the Class 86/2 and its coaching stock. There has been a focus on the much requested MK1 RMB buffet car, which is looking grand inside and out, and includes both the Intercity Executive and BR Blue and Grey liveries. Inside, behind the working roller blind shutter layers, is a true copy of food and drink, all being offered by the Workingham steward. You can expect a lot more information coming from the Class 86/2, with full announcement article landing next week. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. And we've also got their Transport for Wales BR Class 142 Pacer DMU from Just Trains. Last month, the JT team revealed a new Pacer coming to Train Sim World in its Transport for Wales livery, and featuring LED headlights, 2-leaf bifold doors, updated door open-close operating buttons, sanding equipment fitted to aid with slippery rails, the smash glass to access emergency door handle, non-operational, and NRN National Radio Network, and the GSMR Global System for Mobile for Railways antennas. And you can see it's from the transitional period as well. They've got this from. So you've got in the Orivia livery, which is the best, one of the best liveries for trains. I rate it up there with the toothpaste livery of Network South Central and Network South East. But as you can see, it's got the Transport for Wales, the start of a new journey across it. This is before they, repainted all their trains to be in the TSW Transport for Wales colours. But we will be getting them in, not only like this, but we're also getting the Transport for Wales livery as well. Some screenshot we saw. I just wish we didn't have this black banner with Transport for Wales, the start of a new journey on it. I hope there's a livery on there, whether it's just the ex Orivia livery. I have downloaded on Community Creation some Orivia Wales liveries for the 2 trains that came with the Cardiff route, because I do really love that livery. I like the wear on there as well. You can see where it's quite worn out. Most trains that put on Train Sim are like, they look pristine and clean, but you can see quite the wear on these as well, and the dirt and that. So that's a nice touch. Santa Fe gameplay back for K-On! Pass for high iron simulations. I absolutely have no interest in this whatsoever, so I'm not going to go through this, I'm afraid. I do apologise, but there's no point in me going through something I've got absolutely no interest in. So introducing Grump Dog Games, a new third-party development team. We're thrilled to announce to you all yet another new TSW partner into the scene today. Let's give him a warm and possible familiar welcome to Liam, the founder of this new studio. Tell us more about yourself and the studio. Hi, I'm Liam, founder of Grump Dog Games. Some of you in the community may already know me as DTG Liam. So he's from Dovedale Games then, if he's DTG Liam. So he's come away from Dovedale Games and started his own one. Gaming and trains have both been hobbies of mine ever since I was a kid. The original Railworks is what brought these two hobbies together for me. I used the included tools to learn how the game was made and take a shot at creating my own content, from repainting my first trains to creating my first route. It wasn't until my uni days when I really started to get some of my creations out there. My final year project slowly turned into a full-fledged game, which led me to creating Grump Dog Games and launching my game on Steam. Now, after years of game development and using my experience from Dovedale Games, I'm looking forward to creating some great add-ons for TSW, which I can't wait to share with you. What is it that made you want to develop third-party content for Train Sim World? I've been working at Dovedale Games for a few years now, where I've spent a lot of time creating new gameplay experiences and remastering older routes. Working on these things have taught me a lot about the process of developing for TSW, while also becoming more familiar with the tools. Mixing this experience with the passion I have for the railways and gaming, it felt natural to me to become a third-party developer. Being a third party allows me to create and share content I like to see in TSW, which I will think others will also enjoy. Tell us about the project you're working on. My first project as Grump Dog Games will be a Class 43 HS2 farewell pack for the upcoming GWE remaster. Okay, interesting. The pack will be focused on the final days of the HSTs running along the Great Western Main Line and includes a few special liveries for the Class 43 along with their respective nameplates. While it is too early to mention the specific liveries included, it is the perfect time to announce that DDTF reacquired the license for GWR. Oh, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. This has opened the doors for us not to only create classic liveries, but also some of the special ones designed and operated by GWR. With GWR back in TSW, the GWE remaster on the horizon, and this year being the 200th anniversary of the modern railway, this pack feels like a well-timed and fitting tribute to such an iconic train, and one that is a personal favourite of mine. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant that GWR is back in partnership with TSW. Hopefully, I know it said that the 43 HST farewell pack is for the upcoming GWE remaster, but hopefully they'll do like, I'm sure there was a farewell tour for the HST up in the Midlands as well, so something for the Midland Main Line, hopefully down the line as well. What part of the development process are you really enjoying? For me, my favourite parts are when I get to be the most creative, both on the route building and gameplay. The gameplay is what the players experience when playing the game, so get into script and create something that you know players will enjoy as a rewarding experience. And with route building, it's adding the smallest details that I enjoy the most. Areas or details that players may not think too much about or even notice at first, but add immersion to the route and really bring it together. Any updates on the GWE remaster? A lot. Progress has really kicked up a notch and things are coming along great. While it's too early to include any screenshots from my HST farewell pack, I thought I'd share some community requested screenshots of the GWE remaster. It's been a lot of fun to make and I can't wait for players to get their hands on it. This is one route that I'm looking forward to, this remaster, because I look at the 387 in Paddington. Because at the moment in Paddington we only have the two trains, the 166 and the HSTs. This is going to add so much more replayability to the game. Yeah, I think that 387 is the excuse me, it's the Etho Express unbranded. And if you look over on the left hand side to that 387, you've got another 387 over there as well in GWR livery. Unfortunately, there's no other screenshots there, unfortunately. I was hoping we could get a few more teasers. Thank you, Liam. We can't wait to share more about the development of your new pack alongside the GWE remaster, and we're thrilled to introduce you into the community officially as Grump Dog Games. So yeah, can't wait to see this pack that he's going to bring out. That's a gameplay pack that, you know, is actually exciting, unlike previous gameplay packs that we've had recently. And the remaster of the Paddington to Reading route, I can't wait to see that as well. That is something I'm really, and that's free, by the way. The update to the Paddington to Reading is actually free. Hopefully there'll be like a extension here and there on a branch line or something. Hopefully, we know we're going to have 3 London Underground stations on there as well, from Paddington to 2 other stops down the line towards, you know, going south. Unfortunately, there's none going north. Would have been, you know, a bit. It would have been really great if they'd added 1 or 2 more stations going north as well. That would have been really cool. But yeah, it's something I'm really looking forward to, and the fact that it's going to be free as well. It's just a free update, free remaster, is absolutely brilliant. So can't wait to see that, and can't wait to see what Liam as Grump Dog Games brings to TSW after this has been released, and after he's released the farewell pack as well, HST farewell pack, and see what he brings to the future. So exciting stuff for that. Patches and update. Last month patches. So on April 10th, a substantial update with key improvements for the Dutch route, including the Vectron ATB update and SNG Sprinter adjustments, as well as fixes for Cardiff City Network, Thomas and Friends, Visit the West Somerset Railway, and more TSW add-ons. On April 28th, a moderate-sized patch, including the new free updated :Acna timetable for players on Steam, and further fixes to address the community-raised issues on the Dutch route, the Faichal Ludwigsbahn, the Frankfurt folder, Thomas and Friends, Visit the West Somerset Railway, West Coast Main Line South, East Coast Main Line Diesel Rail Tour Pack, and more. I do apologise for any bad pronunciations then. Upcoming improvements. We're continuing to work on regular patch updates for Train Sim World 5, addressing community raised issues and adding new improvements for content. In our next upcoming updates, alongside a range of add-on fixes we're able to implement, we'll be planning to release a major free update from Sky Games for the Midland Mainline route. Some highlights on this patch will include, as we're going to see. So that's good that they've major updates for the ML route. So we're going to get added TSW5 track shadow improvements, added steam immersion back to Radcliffe Power Station, added aircraft obstruction lights to the thin chimney at Radcliffe Power Station, added stay calm posters at Leicester, Derby and Nottingham Station in support of Calm Suicide Prevention Charity. And if you go onto this article, yes, you can learn more about Calm. Implementing new water materials, improve static stock at Beeston Yard, change intermodal services to be player drivable with Cargo Lines Volume 3 intermodal, and expanded support for forthcoming Cargo Line packs. The MML Class 158 added TSW5 guard mode, added dynamic gangways, improved interior lighting, improved support for free roam concept placement and formation designer, fixed cab gangway preventing passengers when in motion, fixed camera height on second man seat, and the Class 43 HST, improved material when wet to be consistent with the MK3 coaches, improved support for free roam concept placement and formation designer, fixed ability to add decals to MK3 coaches in the 2+6 and the 2+8 livery designer options, and many more route fixes and improvements. We'll keep you updated when you can expect these improvements in our announcement. :Acna timetable updated for additional platforms. Since our release of the new :Acna timetable update for players on Steam last month, we've seen a range of positive feedback for the new volume of services and additional life being added into the timetable to make it feel busier. Our teams are looking at when we can get this update shared to players across our other platforms, including Epic Games, PlayStation and Xbox. We usually aim to share these new updates for everyone to enjoy all at once. However, we want to ensure we provide a suitable amount of time for our team to complete testing and confirm that the platforms for those platforms is at level we're confident on. When we shared the update, we had already completed testing for the Steam platform, and whilst we had a suitable build slot of this update to be released, we felt that players could get into the content and provide us any feedback while we continue testing the additional platforms. Thank you all for staying patient. We'll keep you posted once we can confirm the next update slot that we can get in this free timetable update into. We've got the main mystery sticker things, which is just a load of rubbish. The TSW Tycoon new update, pets, task and livery painting. And then you got then talk about the Train Sim World 5 roadmap as well. Nothing on that new UK route though. As we saw at the top here, unannounced route by All Aboard Studios. They've not spoken about that. I was thinking maybe that's to do with something. They did share a teaser. Maybe that's from All Aboard Simulations. It was of Crew. Many of us think it's Crew. Whether that would be an updated version of Crew or an older version like from the 80s or the 90s. I think there is Crew on Steam Train route. I think it's Spirit of Steam. I think that's like Crew to Liverpool or something. I think. Don't quote me. I don't have it, so I don't know. But it could be that, which could be one of the routes that I actually said that I'd like to see in Train Sim World, which is Derby to Crew. Love to see that in TSW. So there you go. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you think about the news. What are you most looking forward to? What are you not least looking forward to? What are you excited about? Let me know in the comments below. Like I say, I can't wait for the to see what this new that new UK gameplay pack. That's probably the one just announced by Liam for Liam's new group. I'm guessing. It doesn't say it on there. It doesn't say. No, it can't be, can it? Because it will say his company at the bottom, like it does with the others, with Just Trains and Alan Thompson Simulation, TSG and Skyhook Games. So it can't be that, can it? Ah. Okay. So that must be a DDG gameplay pack. Huh. I wonder what that'll be then. Maybe we'll find out in the June roadmap. So yeah, I'm like I say, I'm looking forward to the GWR remaster, especially now that you've got GWR license is back, so that will be on the trains. I think they were going to be not on the trains, but now they've renegotiated the license, so it's going to be staying in TSW, which is great. For classic liveries as well. So the I forget the name of the blue trains, what Great Western used to operate under. I'm sure they can be all now officially licensed as well, so that's good. And of course Liam bringing out the HST Farewell pack as well. That's looking forward to that. Looking forward to the Manchester Airport Commuter, the TFW Class 142 Pacer, the Frankfurt S-Bahn, S1, S8 and S9, the Richmond extension. Can't wait to see what this unannounced route is as well. Hopefully we'll get to see that. Hopefully we'll get that announced next month, as well as the UK gameplay pack. The North London line Richmond extension, looking forward to that as well. Disappointed that the Tatami line is staying. It's still further down the tracks. Again, that's another one we've been waiting a long time from Union Workshop, and I think they've been working on that longer than we've been waiting for the Manchester Airport Commuter line. So and as you've seen from the screenshots that we've seen in the past, it does look amazing. So I can't wait till we see more on that, and that get moved over to the 0 to 3 months section. So we got we got 2 routes getting free updates. That's the Richmond extension on the North London line and the Great Western Express remaster. Nothing on the 158 timetable for the the 5 Circle line. Nothing on that. It's not even on the roadmap, so I don't know what's happening on that. I've not seen anything on anything talked about it. It's been removed from the roadmap, so I don't know what's going on with that, but that needs to be sorted. That's something that we've been waiting for a while now. And it's a bit weird because when you route hop, the train changes from the 158 to the 170. And it just doesn't look right, especially for immersion. So they need to get that sorted out. So hopefully that'll come soon. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell notification to get updated with all future content. Check out my main channel. I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers on my main channel. On this one, I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Share the video as well. Feel free to share the video as well, as it does help me out massively, as do comments and likes. I hope you're all well, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye for now.